Hey guys, Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review. The new CRBN Trufoam Waves. A few months ago, not that long ago, I reviewed the CRBN Trufoam Genesis. Really good paddle. I liked it. So now CRBN's already come out with their second generation, the Trufoam Waves. Excited to get out and try this a little bit. It is 14 millimeters thick. They have 4 different versions, but they're all the 14 millimeter thick. So I think that's cool. I think they found their perfect place and they wanted to go with that. It does have the T700 carbon fiber surface, 16.5 inches long, 7.35 inches wide, 5 3/4 inch long grip, perfect for two-handers. This is the one version and a 4 1/8 circumference. Like I said, it does come in 4 different variations. This is the CRBN 1, so it is the elongated with the elongated handle, perfect for two-handers. This paddle does come in at 7.9 ounces. The twist weight is 5.88, so you could definitely jump that up with a little bit of weight out here, drag that sweet spot out, drag that twist weight up, and the swing weight is 119. All that's good, very cool, excited to try it out. CRBN usually has some really good paddles, but what is the center of this paddle? It's the new Trufoam Waves. So let's check that out. Look at the core right now before we head out to the courts. All right, guys, here is the core of the new CRBN Trufoam Waves. You can definitely see where it gets its name, the waves of what I'm guessing. Now, CRBN calls this Trufoam. I'm guessing this is EPP foam. I don't know that. I'm just guessing, looking at the kind of density of the foam. But you can definitely see the waves and different variations of the waves. And what CRBN believes, this is going to have the same effect on a pickleball as tennis strings do on a tennis ball. Should be able to grab it and throw it and give it spin and dwell time and all those things. The surface of this paddle is a T700 raw carbon fiber with a layer of fiberglass, and fiberglass should give strength and performance. It also should give a little more power to this, but it should maybe even tone down the foam core and keep it kind of under control where it doesn't just trampoline quite as much. This is very cool. I like this idea. This is not structure out here, probably just some adhesive and to keep it separated a little bit so it doesn't just mold to one another. The white areas is what I'm talking about. It kind of looks like a little bit of structure, but I don't believe it is. This looks very nice. Anxious to see. This is only 14 millimeters thick. Anxious to see how this works, how it performs. Very different. I love that companies are trying new things. This is the new CRBN Trufoam Waves. All right. All right, guys, looks good. Excited to get out there and try this. I think a lot of people will want to try this as well. The new CRBN Trufoam Waves. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, let's go after some serves here with the new Carbon Waves. Yeah, real good. Straight line velocity so far. Let me try that again. Good control. Nice depth. Not jumping on these serves at all. Let's go after this again. Yeah, just straight at it. Absolutely straight at it. Once again, not jumping off my feet, just going. Let's do that again. Still really nice. Going at the target. Kind of the slower you go with this paddle, it might do a little bit better. Gonna try one again right here. Go after this. Yeah, real nice. Real nice. I feel a little guilty. Haven't knocked this down. Let me go again. Yeah, really, really nice. Really nice. Flew it a little bit. Not sure if that was in. Still, right at the target. Very nice. Let's spin a couple here. See how this goes. Oh, real nice. Real nice early spin. Really nice late spin. Really nice. Spin this again. Didn't really jump on that. Still nice spin. Do one more here. One more spin. Go after this target. Oh, really nice. Really nice. Hit my phone again. All right, guys, back. Just spent the last few weeks getting to know the new Carbon Trufoam Waves. This paddle is very much a carbon paddle. It very much feels like almost every other carbon paddle I've tried, especially the carbon ones that are the extended paddle with the extended grip. This feels almost identical to every single carbon they've ever sent out. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. They're very consistent. If you're a carbon enthusiast, you're going to love this a lot. Let me bounce through all the performance characteristics, and I'm going to touch on a couple of things that it just is a little frustrating. Power. I always start out with power. My average service speed is right around 50 miles an hour. The Carbon Trufoam came in at 52 miles an hour. You don't have to jump on it. You expect that out of a foam core paddle. The ball just shoots off of here and it just flies. No problem at all. Velo is there. Accuracy, control, and consistency. You can dial it in. It's going to take a moment, and there's still going to be flyers. We expect that out of foam paddles a little, but it's still got the flyers in there. It's going to frustrate you sometimes. Even when you do dial it in, the ball's still going to shoot long occasionally. It takes a moment. I think with every foam paddle review, I've stood up here and I've said it's going to take a moment. Well, with the Trufoam Waves, it's going to take a moment, and you're still going to be frustrated sometimes. Spin. Really good. The way they designed this Waves core, where it grabs the ball and throws it like a tennis racket almost, it does it really well. It has early spin and late bite and jump. Really like the spin on this paddle. This is really where it shines. Other than power, spin is really where it shines. Sweet spot. I believe I said in the opener, the twist weight is 5.88. It just does not have a large sweet spot at all, but at 7.9 ounces and that low twist weight and a swing weight of 119, it's dying for some weight. So you could definitely put some weight out here, but it is a little head heavy, so you kind of watch that a little bit. But it definitely could use that because the sweet spot is relatively small. It's accessible, it's not tiny, but it is relatively small. You get outside that sweet spot and the performance really drops off. Consequently, the feedback and feel off this paddle is relatively harsh. Relatively harsh because I really feel like it feels like every other carbon paddle I've ever tried. They all kind of have that same feel, kind of a harsh feel a little bit. They're not soft. They don't really throw the ball. So if you're a carbon enthusiast, it's not going to bother you at all. You're going to like it. It has that hard, kind of harsh feel back and feel. Not the end of the world, just does. Touch, actually pretty good. You can You can really dink and you can top spin it. You can do all that. You are going to have the occasional flyer, but it is really good at that. Does a good job. Lobs. You can control the lobs to a certain extent. I really felt like touch, it did pretty well. I know that's kind of surprising, but the touch was pretty good. Soften your hands and you can get the ball where you want. Defense to offense, same thing. Put that shovel on the ground, put that back in the non-volley zone. Does pretty well. Every once in a while, the ball is going to shoot off of there, but for the most part, it does pretty well. Once you get up to the non-volley zone, turn your defense into offense. This paddle does really well up there. It is, once again, a touch head heavy, so it's not quick at the non-volley zone, but since it is a little head heavy, it packs a punch when it gets up there, and the ball just shoots off there, and it's a lot of fun. I really felt like at the non-volley zone is where this paddle really shined. It's customizable, like I said, coming at 7.9 ounces. You can throw some weight on there. I don't know how much you'd want to throw out here at the tip, but you could definitely put some down here at 9.3 and lower and really kind of bring this paddle to life. I didn't do that just because it is a little head heavy, but I really think that would make the sweet spot, I know it would make the sweet spot larger and give you more power, which is a little bit dangerous with this paddle because the ball does shoot off of here. Negatives, for me, it's a little head heavy. I kind of like to be a little twitchy. It's not really for me, but there's always a but. Carbon enthusiasts are going to like this a lot because it's going to feel like home to them. It really is. It's going to feel really good. The other negative I would have to say is the price, $279.99 US. That's a little upper end. I like what they tried. And you can play with it, but that is a little steep. But if you're a carbon enthusiast, you're going to really like this paddle and you're going to have much fun. Who would play with this paddle? You could, if you want to just drive the snot out of every ball, you could definitely do that, but you definitely have to roll that ball. You'd have to top spin it to keep it in the court and you're going to have flyers. But if you want to just knock the snot out of it, especially if you threw some weight on the average velo at 52, you're going to be able to, really, really, really jump on it. A control freak, you're not going to have a lot of fun. This is going to be kind of frustrating. You're going to have to spend some time, quite a bit of time, to get that accuracy, control, consistency dialed in. Spin, if you're a spin enthusiast, you can have fun with this. You can top spin it. You can side spin it. You have a lot of fun there, and it's going to have some velo with it. Defense to pure defensive player. It will work. I would definitely throw some weight on there to dig some trash and get that ball back consistently where you want it to go. It's not for me, but it's going to work for a lot of people. Who I'd really like to hear from are the carbon paddle enthusiasts, because I think if you're used to this feel and you're used to this kind of, if you're a carbon paddle player, I'm just going to stick with that. I think you're going to like this a lot. I do fear you're going to be a little frustrated with the accuracy, control, and consistency aspect, but if you take the time and you dial it in, I think it's going to be gold. I really think this paddle will be super cool at 16 millimeters versus 14, but, and there's always that but, it's going to be so much heavier, it's going to be frustrating to play. So I believe that's why Carbon went with 14 versus the 16. That's just my thoughts. All right, guys, get out and play. Hit like, hit subscribe. Give me your comments on this bad boy. It'll be popular. A lot of people play this. There's carbon enthusiasts. I think they'll like this a lot. So, all right, guys, fall is here. It's going to storm this weekend, so not much play maybe. But hopefully where you are, sun's going to be out. Get out and play. All right.